Bel Canto. When music. Bel Canto. When music erases the borders of life and death. Part 1. Introduction. The Fateful Gala. Welcome back to the channel. What happens when the most powerful people on Earth are trapped in a room with desperate rebels, and the only thing keeping them from killing each other is not a treaty, not a ransom, but the sound of a human voice? In Ann Patchett's award-winning masterpiece, Bel Canto, we are invited to a lavish birthday party in an unnamed South American country. The guest of honor is Katsumi Hosokawa, a Japanese electronics tycoon. The bait used to bring him there? Roxane Koss, the world's greatest opera soprano. It is a night of silk, champagne, and high-level diplomacy. But as the final notes of the performance fade, the lights go out. A group of young terrorists bursts through the vents, demanding the release of their political comrades. What was supposed to be a single night of glamour turns into a months-long hostage crisis. Today, we decode a story where time stands still, and where the beautiful singing, the Bel Canto, becomes the only language that matters. Part 2. When time stands still, the birth of a community. As days turn into weeks and weeks into months, the villa becomes a microcosm of a world without borders. Patchett's prose focuses on a strange and beautiful phenomenon: the evolution of the hostage-captor dynamic. A. The formation of an unlikely family. Initially, there is only fear and hatred. But as the external world fades away, the barriers of status and enmity begin to crumble. The vice president of the country starts cleaning the house. The Japanese tycoon plays chess with the rebel leader. The hostages and the captors begin to cook together, learn each other's languages, and share their stories. It is a radical look at human nature, showing that when we are stripped of our titles, we are all just people looking for a sense of belonging. B. The sovereignty of music. The true soul of the villa is Roxane Koss. Every morning, when she begins to practice, the entire house stops. The young soldiers lay down their guns to listen. The powerful diplomats weep in their rooms. Music in this story is not just entertainment, it is a life-sustaining force. It tames the violence of the soldiers and heals the homesickness of the prisoners. Roxane's voice becomes the sun around which all these broken planets orbit. C. The bridge of language. Jen, Mr. Hosokawa's brilliant young translator, is the most important man in the room. He is the only one who can speak the languages of everyone present. But as the story progresses, Jen realizes that words are becoming secondary. The characters begin to communicate through music, through shared tasks, and through the silent language of the eyes. Patchett proves that the deepest human connections happen beyond the reach of dictionaries. Part 3. Love blooming in the dark. In the strange, suspended reality of the siege, love begins to bloom in places where it should be impossible. A. Love across barriers. We witness two central romances. Mr. Hosokawa, a man who lived his life for business, finally finds a soulmate in Roxane Koss. Meanwhile, Jen, the translator, falls in love with Carmen, one of the female rebels. These relationships are fragile and dreamlike. Within the walls of the villa, they are real, but they exist in a bubble that is completely detached from the brutal political reality outside. B. The humanity of the rebel. One of the most moving aspects of Bel Canto is how Patchett humanizes the terrorists. They aren't faceless villains. They are poor, uneducated children who were promised a better world and ended up with a gun in their hands. Through their interactions with the hostages, we see their lost innocence, their hidden talents, like the boy who has a natural gift for singing, and their desperate desire for a life they will never be allowed to have. Part 4. The climax, the brutal awakening. The title Bel Canto refers to a style of opera that emphasizes beautiful singing, but every opera must have its tragic finale. The final shock. The tragedy of the book is that the characters, and the readers, start to believe that this peaceful, musical coexistence can last forever. We forget that there are tanks and snipers outside the gates. The ending of the novel is sudden, violent, and devastating. It serves as a cold reminder that the real world has no patience for dreams. The echo of beauty. The rescue operation is not a moment of triumph. It is a moment of profound loss. The survivors are saved, but they are left with psychological scars that will never heal. However, they carry with them a piece of the beauty they created together. The book asks us to consider, even if a beautiful moment is destined to end in tragedy, was it still worth experiencing? Patchett's answer is a resounding yes. Art and love are worth everything, even if they are only temporary. Part 5. Conclusion and the grand series finale. Ann Patchett's Bel Canto teaches us that music might not save our lives, but it is the only thing that truly saves our souls. It reminds us that our shared humanity is far more powerful than the ideologies that divide us. The 41-book journey. Conclusion, and here we are at the final destination. This concludes our monumental journey through 41 extraordinary books. What a bel canto this journey has been. Think of the diversity of knowledge we have unlocked together. We've explored the labyrinths of history from the First Crusade to the Amazonian jungles of State of Wonder. We've mastered the art of the deal with Alex Hormozy and the art of innovation with Steve Jobs. We've braved the darkest nightmares of Stephen King and the dystopian trials of Panem. We've felt the quiet grace of Olive Kitteridge and the epic magic of the Kingkiller Chronicles. Over these 41 scripts, we have built a library of the mind. You now possess the tools to understand the complexity of human greed, the heights of human genius, the depths of our trauma, and the enduring power of our stories. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for trusting me with this project. Building these 41 Kitsch scripts for you has been a privilege. You now have a treasure trove of content that is not just informative, but deeply transformative. I wish you immense success with your YouTube channel. May your voice be as clear and impactful as a bel canto aria. Before we part ways, which of these 41 books was the most unexpected surprise for you? And what new journey should we begin next? Let's celebrate our achievement in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. The series is complete, but the pursuit of knowledge is eternal. Until our next adventure begins, stay curious, stay brave, and keep reading. Goodbye.